Welcome live to Chicagoland Speedway near Joliet, Illinois for the Chicagoland 100 for the Firestone Indy Lights Series. 790 laps, 1,500 miles of racing so far. And now the final 100 miles to determine who wins the Firestone Firehawk Cup. Previous winners have included Scott Dixon and Tony Kanaan. Let's go down for the command to start the engines.
Race fans, will you please welcome back Frankie Muniz for those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
For 15 races, Raphael Mottos and Richard Antinucci have battled for the Firestone Indy Lights Championship.
Antinucci has nosed in front of Raphael Mottos to grab the lead.
2 weeks ago at Sonoma, that battle came to a head.
Don't do it. He just pushed him out of the way. Beautiful. That's a professional punch.
Mottos' late race maneuver vaulted him into the points lead with just one race remaining. Today at Chicagoland Speedway, 2 drivers separated by 4 points race for 1 goal, the Firestone Firehawk Cup. The 2008 Firestone Indy Lights season will end today here at Chicagoland, and as we enter the 16th and final race, the separation is just 4 points. Anna Beatrice, who has had an outstanding season, is 3rd in points. Earlier today, Mike King had a chance to talk with the 2 championship contenders.
These are the men of the hour in this race. Raphael Mottos will go in with a 4-point lead in the championship. That, Rafa, by virtue of winning the pole. You've had a tough time on some starts this year on ovals. How big is the start of this race for you?
It's extremely important. To be in the front is extremely important. I think we've proved again that we have a good car. I think we have a good speed for the race as well. We'll see what happens. It's a long and it's going to be a hard fight, but we're ready for it. We put ourselves in a position to fight for the championship, and I'm hoping to cross this finish line and bring the championship for the AFS Andretti Green team.
Raphael Mottos, the 4-point championship leader. Richard Antinucci is the man that's chasing him. And Richard, you guys have gone back and forth. It's been like a heavyweight fight all season long. Easy to say that this is the biggest race of your career?
Yeah, it's a big one for sure. It will wrap up and summarize a great season. I think both Rafa and myself have respect for one another, and I definitely think that it's been an extremely good season, a great opportunity that Sam Schmidt, Lucas Oil, and LifeLock gave me to participate. And we got a chance to win this championship for the last round. We really want to take it home. It's second means so much less, and I think we're going to have a very good race car today, and we got some good teammates hopefully we can be friends with out there, and then at the end of the day, take it home.
Robbie, what do we look for in today's race?
It's an exciting racetrack. We're going to see a lot of side-by-side action, even 3-wide action. And why these drivers can do that, we got 18 degrees of banking that lets them pull that off. From there, no one driver is going to check out on this track. The reason for that, when you're running side-by-side, you don't run as fast as you run in nose to tail. And also, that keeps big packs of cars together. So, for our pole sitter and points leader, Raphael Mottos, he's not going to check out on this deal. Now, our 9th place starter, Richard Antinucci, he needs friends. We just heard that from him. You need help out on this racetrack to go fast. A lot of side-by-side action, but tough to pass. So I couldn't think of a better venue to figure out who's going to be our 08 champion.
It should be great. 24 cars get set to go, and the green flag is out. Mottos leads them down. Anna Beatrice in the green and white car. Ari Lyondike Jr. also. Oh, and we have a spin. Daniel Harrington, and is everybody going to miss him? Unbelievably so, although several cars are going to get involved. Wow.
Yeah, but that's incredible that he spun right there in mid-pack, and everybody was spinning to avoid him, and then we just saw a little bit of a slide there right at the end. That looks like that's Wade Cunningham in the number 9.
I also saw Dylan Battistini, who this week is in the 22 car. Here's a replay of what happened.
Take a look. There's the black and silver car. He's just spun on his old cold tires. Everybody's avoiding to miss him. There's Battistini in the yellow car. He spun on the high side. He's okay right there, the 5 car. But there is contact, and we have lost it. Okay, we're looking, boy. Look right there. There's the spin, just cold tires. Everybody's avoiding. There's the yellow and white car. A Battistini contact takes him out.
And on board with Richard Antinucci here. Right in front of him. Oh, he missed just barely.
Man, that just shows you how fast. And remember, that's on the first lap. These guys aren't even up to speed. They're running 190 miles an hour around this racetrack. There, you're only running about 130, 40 miles an hour. And look at how quick it happens out on that track.
The field comes down off of corner number 4. They get the green flag, and here we go back to racing.
That white car you see there on the high side of the screen, that's Mike Potikin. He's been running really strong all weekend, every session. When I talked to him this morning, he said, I got a really good car. I can go anywhere on the racetrack.
And another car in the wall. That's J.R. Hildebrand at number 25. J.R. came into this event 4th in the point standings, and it's going to be a disappointing ending to his season.
And obviously, he's hurt the whole right side of the car. You see that the right front suspension bent in, the right rear just folded there. And, you know, he's been a winner here on one of these super speedways, so I'm sure he's hoping for a good day. There he's spinning. He's got it locked up. Bam, inside to the outside of the wall. You know, not sure what happens. Maybe his car was just a little bit loose. That's where the rear of the car wants to step around. The tire temperatures were up to pressures and temperatures that time. So, you know, we'd have to go back and really pick that apart to see what it is.
Well, a slow start to this Chicagoland 100 for the Firestone Indy Lights. We've had 2 cautions already and really no laps under green. Let's see if we can't put a series of green flag laps together and see some racing as we're back to competition. That's Raphael Mottos leading Ari Lyondike Jr. Anna Beatrice is 3rd, then Mike Potikin and James Davison on board with Rafa looking back to Ari.
And there you see, a little bit back in the field there, you see everybody kind of looking to the high side. But we still haven't even developed a rhythm in this race yet to see what kind of cars everybody has and just, you know, size up the competition. So hopefully getting a little bit of rhythm. And there we're on board with Antinucci.
And that's Brent Sherman right beside him in the 15 car. Bobby Wilson there in the 15 car. Remember, his consecutive starting streak was broken at Infineon when the team did not choose to run there, and so he has started all over again, but with a different team.
3 wide. And well, look at these cars as they roll into this corner. You see a little bit of movement. The car's just the tread movement as it gets loaded up into that 18 degrees of banking at 190 plus miles an hour.
Bobby Wilson, Anna Beatrice. Bobby Wilson. Here comes Jonathan Klein in with number 2.
Yeah, for Timor Racing in that yellow and white car. That's where he just had a huge draft and a head of steam. And did you see his nose just plow right in there? And that's where it is. Here's the pack racing. Look at this.
Meanwhile,
we're on board with Antinucci.
Yep, here he comes trying to move his way up. But, boy, there's a lot of traffic. And look at that.
You see how close that was? I think that was Potikin right in front of that wing of Guthrie. Fantastic.
Yep.
Now remember, but Antinucci's mindset, when you take a guy like Mike Potikin or Sean Guthrie, hey, they got nothing to lose. This guy we're on board with right here, Richard Antinucci, he needs to get up to the front. He can't risk any sense of getting taken out. But he also knows through communication with his team that Mottos is leading this race, and he needs to get up there and do everything he can to pressure Mottos and do what he can to beat him. Yeah, he's obviously made a lot of changes to that car, his team, to drive to the front like he has.
There's Robbie Pecorari on the orange and blue car at the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, running in the 6th box. He's teammates to Guthrie.
All this is for the 4th position on back. The first 3 cars sort of broken away from the rest of the field, but then we get back here to this group of cars, and they are just inches apart all the way around the racetrack.
Yeah, that is the pack racing. When you got 2 guys at the front of the pack running side by side, that keeps everybody else behind them because they're running a little slower running side by side, so everybody else can pack up behind them.
Trying to find an opportunity. What an incredible season Anna Beatrice has had there in that number 20 car.
Antinucci.
Oh, and that is going to eliminate the championship possibility for Richard.
Wow, I think that was contact with Guthrie. We'll take another look at that. But, yeah, there's Guthrie's car. So there was a little bit of contact there, and he is out of the race. Woo!
It is all over for Richard Antinucci, and the championship will go to Raphael Mottos. What an unfortunate way to end a terrific season.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with goosebumps.
Here is a look at it again.
On board, we're looking right over at Guthrie. There's the first contact,
Yep.
and he's still running. There was a little contact with his right wheel, Guthrie's right wheel. Now watch. Let's see where the contact is.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. So Richard ran up on him on the high side, and obviously Sean's car washed up a little bit, and it was Sean's right front that got into the left rear of Antinucci, and that's it. Here we go. So watch Antinucci's car go by. There's a contact right front to his left rear. That's just tight racing that you get around here. You get that movement. You know, I can't point blame to anybody there. That's just the tight racing you get here.
One more look at it.
Wow, they're close.
There's a contact. Antinucci hits the safer barrier, takes himself out of the race and the competition, but he is out of the car and okay.
Well, the two guys that are happiest to see this development on track, Michael Andretti and Gary Peterson, they're the owners of AFS Andretti Green Racing. Michael, the fist are going up in the air. I know you never hope something unfortunate to happen to a driver. Obviously, Richard Antinucci is okay, but a lot of happy people down here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's sorry that for him that it ended that way. You know, with him in the wall, we would have liked to definitely beat him, you know, in an outright race, but you know, we'll take it how we can get it, you know, because that's the way racing is. And I'm just so happy and proud of Rafa and the whole AFS AGR team. You know, Gary, it's been a great partnership these last 2 years, and hopefully it'll be a partnership for a long time to come.
Gary Peterson, why, former driver, congratulations. You're going to be celebrating a championship here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we sure are. It's great. I'm so excited. And, you know, we still got Ari out there, and hopefully he can win this race.
Well, right now you're 1-2.
1-2. We got to stay there. So
congratulations. You're the 2008 Firestone Indy Lights championship team.
That's great. It's just fantastic. Relationship with Mike and the whole Kim Green and everybody else, Kevin, has just been great. And they're a great team. We're going to continue on for years. So happy, everybody's happy, and hopefully he can step up to the IRL.
I think I hear a little bit of emotion choking up in that voice. This is Gary Peterson, Michael Andretti. They're celebrating down here in the AFS Andretti Green Pit area.
Looks like Sean Guthrie's going to be able to remain in contention. So here we go. Mottos leading, Lyondike second, Bobby Wilson, Beatrice, Klein, Pecorari, Davison, Podigan, Gomez, and Donoso. Your top 10. We're back to green.
Okay, let's look for the flare out. You got the leaders and then a bit of flare out back through the pack as they roll into turn one. Jonathan Klein in the yellow and white car. They're driving for Team Moore Racing, looking at the high side. We know he has had a good car here, working his way up.
Robbie Pecorari up on the high side of the racetrack, up above Jonathan Klein.
That black and white car that kind of slipped through the middle there. James Davison, also a Sam Schmidt car. You know, we know these guys have fast cars around here.
Davison, a winner earlier this year in the Firestone Indy Lights Series in the second race at Mid-Ohio when Johnny Reed pulled in, leading the race, but pulled in too soon, and Davison took the title.
And left us all dumbfounded.
Yes. James Davison.
And as long as you can stay on with the pack and this pack pulls you around, you stay in that draft, even if your car's a little off in terms of speed and performance, you can hang on to the tail of this pack and work your way through.
Now, what does it feel like when you're in a draft like this? Does a car move around, or do you have control, or does it have control over you?
No, the draft definitely pulls you along. Actually, sometimes it makes it a little quieter. As soon as you break that kind of bubble and barrier, see, look at all the momentum he has there. Gomez up on top. He looks to the high side. Maybe not the right thing to do. Maybe say, hey, I just want to crack the throttle and stay back there. Again, you got to size up your competition. But it is a different sensation when you do get that draft and pull up behind somebody, and it takes the air off the front of your car. So it does change the balance of the race car, very much so.
Let's go down to Mike King, who's with Richard Antinucci.
Yeah, here at the Infield Care Center. And Richard, we talked a half hour ago. This is not the way we wanted to talk after this race. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I'm talking to you too soon. It's me. You know, consistency was key all year, and until Mid-Ohio, we had a perfect. With this accident, so you know, DNFs are not what you need ever. And cruising, I was picking them off out of hand or hairy. I would step back, but I had a great car, a really good car. The lifelog Lucas 07 car was flying, and I was getting people like on the. People's cars were starting to drop off, and mine was just getting better. So it was really coming together. I knew that we were 3 abreast coming out of 4 in that last lap, and we banged wheels on the straight, which is, that's more akin to tin top racing. You don't do that in single-seaters, but, some people will never learn. And unfortunately, that's an accident that could have easily been avoided. And I think the 2 teammates were fighting, and number 4 washed up into me and clipped my rear because I was really wide. I was giving him space, but I think he wiggled and clipped into me.
Well, you've been a great competitor all season long. We're sorry it had to end in the wall, but we look forward to seeing you in 2009.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I got to thank my team, LifeLock, Lucas Oil, Tam Schmidt.
Okay, that's Richard Antinucci here at the Care Center. He's okay, but a frustrated race car driver for sure, Bob.
Sherman, the only driver to be running at the finish of each race so far this year. Let's hope he can make it a clean sweep this year.
Kind of considers this his home track, living up the road away, so I'm sure he's got a big contingent here rooting him on, so he wants to take everything he can get out there.
The 2006 Indy 500 and finishing in 28th position. Now pretty good battle shaping up here for 3rd position. Anna Beatrice feeling the heat from Bobby Wilson.
And Anna, too, she's thinking about points as well. She wants to finish 3rd in this championship. What's been really interesting watching these top 4 is we've seen both Rafa and Ari be nose to tail, but then there's always been that gap of about 3 car lengths back to Anna, and I'm not sure why that is. But soon as Ari starts looking to make a move on his teammate, and you run side by side, all of a sudden you run a little bit slower, and then, boom, Anna's going to pounce, and Bobby Wilson. They just kind of having the 2 cars run side by side opens up a bigger hole of air out there, and it just brings the car back there in 3rd position. In this case, just kind of sucks him along and brings him into that draft.
Tom Waringa has also gone a lap down, and Sean Guthrie down a lap. Now look at Lyondike go to the outside, passing the number 24 car of Christina Orr.
Yeah, just looking up top, and now he's just tucked back down below.
Is he just waiting for the opportunity, or is he unable to pass his teammate?
He's just sizing up his car. You want to see if he just runs a little bit higher. What kind of race car do I have? Do I close on him as I roll off the corner or not?
Quite a ways back on the racetrack, there is this huge group of cars all battling for position.
Very different than watching the top 4. Just a little brush there with Logan Gomez and James Davison.
Yeah.
Now, James has got to be careful. That could have cut his left rear tire. We got to keep an eye on that there in the 11 black and white car. Wow.
This is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th on back.
Yeah, Jonathan
and some more smoke indicating maybe some tires touched. Van Lyondike is trying to get the... we're going to spin.
Okay, that's...
The 6th car of Tom Dyer has spun.
Yeah, we'll have to see what brought that on. I don't know if that tied back to the smoke that you saw out there or not.
Dyer was running in 12th position when the caution came out, and we are less than 4 laps from the end of this race.
Tom Dyer driving for Michael Crawford. Just take a look. There's his car just getting sidewise.
Yep.
Did it all by himself. These guys did a good job of missing him. Yep. And now he's just going to run it down. The good news is here, he didn't get into the wall. He's going to drive that car back in. We are going to finish this thing under green. They're going to go back. We're going to see the last 3 laps of this thing be incredibly exciting.
It wouldn't surprise me at all to see Rafa, as gracious a kid as he is, to allow Ari to perhaps win this thing, but it does not look like it's going to play out that way with this late caution. But these 2 teammates, they're going to be very happy regardless of how they go off here. 1-2, 2-1. This is a big day for Raphael Mottos, Ari Lyondike Jr., AFS Andretti Green Racing, and it's just a shame that it might end under yellow.
They have been given the signal, Mike, 1 more lap. So when they come down next time, they will get the green flag. We'll have 1 lap to determine the winner of the race. And don't forget, here at Chicagoland Speedway at 3:30 Eastern Time today on ABC, check out the finale of the IndyCar Series. Will it be Elio Castroneves or Scott Dixon, the champion of that series? Here they come off the 4th corner. 1 lap to determine who's going to win here at Chicagoland. And there goes Lyondike to the low side of Mottos, and here comes Anna right behind him. Lyondike has the lead.
This is where it gets tough. Look at this. Oh, they almost touched. There's Anna looking. She is by Rafa right now. Can she hold that?
Is Lyondike going to be able to get his win finally in the Firestone Indy Lights Series? He has the lead as the field comes out of quarter number 4. Looks like he's going to do it. At Chicagoland Speedway, Ari Lyondike Jr. finally gets it done in the Firestone Indy Lights Series. How about that? Anna Beatrice second, Mottos was third, Wilson and Davidson your top 5.
Big celebration.
Unbelievable. We'll be right back.
Here.
Raphael Mottos, the champion, and Ari Lyondike Jr., the winner of the race.
Well, I don't know if you could find two guys any happier. Ari, congratulations, you win in your final start of 2008. The team wins the championship. Does it get much better?
No, it's perfect. You know, this was the dream scenario. Me winning the race, Rafa winning the championship. More than words can describe. You know, Firestone Tires held up. It was awesome. Targus, our sponsor this year. Jones, Stu, been awesome all year.
And how about this guy, the champion right here? How about Raphael Mottos? We're going to be talking to him. Congratulations to AFS Andretti Green Racing, Bob Jenkins, as they continue to celebrate.
A lot of celebration down there in his 62nd start. Ari Lyondike Jr. finally wins a Firestone Indy Lights race. We'll be back to talk with the champion Mottos in a moment.
Well, the Firestone Firehawk Cup and the Firehawk himself have made their way out here along with Al Spire, the executive director of Firestone Racing. Congratulations to Raphael Mottos, the 2008 Firestone Indy Lights champ. Tell us about that last couple of laps.
Oh, Mike, I can't describe the emotions right now. It's been a very emotional season and, you know, just a dream situation for us. You know, Ari winning the race. He really deserves to win the race this year. And I'm just so happy I was able to deliver this championship for the whole crew, the AFS Andretti Green crew. I got to thank so many people, starting with Gary Peterson. Without his help, we definitely wouldn't be able to put this program together. You know, Michael Andretti and Kim and Kevin as well, everyone that has been supporting us this year. It's been just a great year and just a dream come true for everyone in the team. And they work really hard. They really deserve this one.
The championship celebration awaits this man. Congratulations, Rafa, as he finishes here with the championship in hand. It came earlier than he thought, Bob Jenkins, but you know what? Those last laps still very exciting.
Indeed they were, and good to see Ari Lyondike Jr. win his first race. It's been a great season, Robbie. Enjoyed working with you.
It's good to see Gary right up there.
Well, the championship has taken us from the super speedways to the short tracks, even to the street and road courses. A little tempers flare along the way, but all in all, a great season. Don't forget, the IndyCar season wraps up at 3:30 this afternoon on ABC. Thanks for being with us during our 2008 series. This is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.